So Darius, it feels like every week you guys make some kind of just defining play on defense that either wins the game or changes the game. What is that like, and why is that so common for you guys?
What it's like is great. Just letting you know that we're gonna fight to the finish. That's one thing I told back when we got blew out against Tennessee. No matter what, we're gonna fight to the finish, and then just go back to practicing. Every last series in practice, we always talking about finish practice. You then if you finish practice, you finish the game. And then I always say pressure does two things: it buzz pipes or make diamonds. And I'm the type of guy when it's time for pressure to be there. I want pressure on me. I want to be the one to make the play and luckily today I was in the right position to make that play.
Mike Chappell.
Yeah, Darius, on that play, are you looking for the tackle or the fact of where you were on the field? Are you looking for the punch out all the way? And how'd the play kind of go in your mind?
For one, if you know me, you know that I punch every time I tackle. So, just being in that situation, actually me and Kari was trying to make a check, first of all, before the ball snapped. And luckily we made that check to put me in that position. I actually had a back man to man, and, I was playing outside leverage. I kind of got out in a bad position with him and the receiver. They kind of picked me there. And luckily they threw the ball to number 3 coming back from the field. And I saw the ball in the left hand, and I knew that, I had a perfect opportunity right there to get a punch out to win the ball game. And, that's what I did. Thank God, that our defense hustled. And, you see that the plays that we make defensively, the fumbles, recoveries, that shows what type of hustling team that we have. Because Kenny was front side, and if Kenny was not hustling to the ball, he's not going to be able to, to boss the guy out and to make Bobby recover that ball. So that just shows, what type of defense that we have.
Joel Erickson.
Darius, all the stuff DeForest has done this season, great. But what about the game he had on a bad ankle?
Hey, that boy's a creative player. He's different. There's nobody in this NFL that can block him. One-on-one, double team or whatever. DeForest is a complete monster. And, I think Chris Bell almost every time I see him, for, bringing him in. He's great. He's a great player, but he's an even better leader. And that's what makes him so great. When he went down with the ankle in practice, that's his main thing was, doing everything he can to play. That shows his toughness there. So, I give him a lot of credit. Then, he comes out, and I think he had 3 sacks. So, that just shows, what type of player he is. And he's a dog, and I love playing behind him.
We'll go 3 more here. Zach Kiefer.
Darius, what are you telling yourself on the sideline in the second half when Deshaun just keeps making plays? He just keeps making plays. Is it hard not to just get exasperated with how good this guy is?
No, because, that he's going to make plays. He's a great quarterback. A great quarterback is finding a way to make things happen. And, in your mind, you're saying, okay, you're a bend, but don't break. You can get the ball all the way down to the 1-yard line, but I don't give a damn if you don't score. And that's the mindset that you got to have, though, as a defense. They can move that ball 99 yards. As long as they don't get in that box, that's all that matters. Because as long as you got a blade of grass to defend, that's all you got to defend, and just make them kick a field goal and block the field goal. And that's the mindset that you're supposed to have defensively.
Jim Aiello.
And kind of jumping off that, Darius, does it feel inevitable that that's going to happen on those drives? That they're just if they're moving down the field, you guys are going to make a play to make sure they don't get in the end zone, whether it's a fumble or a big stop.
You got to believe it. You got to believe it. That's your whole mindset. Even when it's a 15-play drive, when we get down there, Flu's screaming in my ear, keep fighting, and I'm telling them guys, okay, somebody step up, make a play. You got to want to make a play, and that's the mindset. They don't get in the box. Somebody step up. If you see me in the huddle, if you ever see me straight, I'm saying let's stand up, let's bow up, let's make a play. And no matter how tough things get, when adversity hits, you find out what type of team you have, and that's why you find out who quits. It gets tough when it's play 13, play 14. Some people say, oh, man, I can't wait to get off the field. But if you see the guys who stay on the field, no matter where the ball at, everybody's around the ball, that's letting you know that, hey, we believe in each other and we want to make a play and we want to make a stop.
We'll go last one here, Mike Wells.
Hey, Darius, that punch of the balls, reminded probably many people of that Raiders game your rookie year. You make a mention of how you punch the ball every single time. How often do you practice that, and at what level did you start doing that?
The level that I started punching the ball was in college. My college coach, Jonathan Saxon, he was like, hey, man, you got long arms, man. I think that you can punch the ball and wrap up at the same time and still make the tackle. And that's when I started doing it. And then, now in the NFL, I practice it every day. But, you know, you got to be smart. You know, you don't want to break fingers or anything in practice. So you want to make sure that you get the perfect opportunity to punch the ball. You want to make sure that you got to see the fat part of the ball before you punch, because if not, you know, you might break your hand or something. So you just got to be smart when you do it. And, you know, in crunch times, that's when you feel so comfortable doing it. We talked to Ray Allen. We talked to Ray Allen over the summer, and he talked about that that shot that he made in the NBA Finals, and he was talking about, you know, pressure. You know, he was saying that there was no pressure on that shot because he practiced it over 1,000,000 times. So when that shot came, he knew that he could make it because of the way how many times he practiced that shot. So in crunch time, when I know that I got an opportunity to punch at the ball, I done did it so many times in practice in the game that I feel so comfortable punching at the ball.